Good morning, this is Body Soul Yoga. We're here for the 11 a.m. gentle hatha yoga class. Thanks for joining me. All you'll need today is a yoga mat, maybe a belt if you have one. Don't worry if you don't have one, or if you can, grab a scarf maybe, or maybe where you've got one of those stretchy bands or a karate belt or something lying around the house. So if you've got one, grab one now. Don't forget a glass of water, and if you need to pad out your knees, grab a blanket. All right. We're going to start lying down today, so if you are already here, just ease yourself back onto the floor, into Shavasana. I'll sit there while we wait a few more minutes for a few more people to join us. Okay. So I hope you're all well. It's a lovely sunny day outside. And I think it's planning to be a lovely week. I think it's hotter than Ibiza here this week. All right. So we're going to spend most of the class today on our backs. I want you to feel nice and stretched out. So we're going to do a series of stretches, some core work, and we're also going to do some twisting to make sure the spine is nice and flexible. So if you do want to lie back into Shavasana and just settle yourselves and be nice and still, feel free to do that. Okay. And today I've got a relaxation for you. It's based on a journey through a bluebell wood, and if you've been to Isha Woods, you'll see all the bluebells are out, so it's a lovely place to go if you're thinking, where can I go on my own to have a nice wander and experience nature. So we're going to start in a couple of minutes. Thanks for joining me if you've just arrived. So we're just going to use the yoga mat, maybe a belt today, grab a glass of water, and if you normally have a cushion under your knees, grab one or maybe a blanket. And don't forget, if you want to keep nice and cozy and warm, grab a blanket for our relaxation at the end. Okay, so just make sure you've got a lovely space around you, nothing that will fall on you, nothing that you'll bash into. And if you're feeling a bit wobbly or lacking balance today, you might want to keep a chair handy and spare. And you can use that, or a wall, or a bar in your kitchen, or a worktop just to lean on. Okay. If you're here, good morning. I haven't read the chat yet, but I will say goodbye when I wave to you later. Okay, so we'll start in a minute. If you just joined us, good morning. This is the 11 a.m. gentle flow yoga class on a Monday morning. We're going to start lying down, so if you'd like to just ease yourself back, you can. Otherwise, we'll just wait a moment. Okay. So this is our gentle hatha yoga class. You just need a yoga mat, maybe a belt, a blanket, a glass of water, and maybe a chair for balancing later on. But most of the class today will be on our backs, where we will start. And we're going to work the spine in all directions. We're going to open the hips, and then later on we're going to have a lovely relaxation. So just ease yourself gently back. You can do that by supporting the back by holding behind the legs, or you can put your hands on the floor and then the elbows down and ease yourself back. We usually take Shavasana, which is legs nice and straight, feet a little way apart and then flopping out to the sides, spine straight, arms long beside you, palms up, and a tucking in of the chest to lengthen and ease out the back of the neck. But if that doesn't work for your back, then please bend your knees. You can take them wide, the feet wide, and then the knees together. So knees together, feet wide, inwardly rotating the hips. So if that's preferable, and you feel the base of your spine more comfortable, then go for that version. And today I'm going to choose that version and join you. But the rest of your spine should be nice and straight, and you might just want to shuffle the shoulders under and make sure you feel beautifully aligned and symmetrical. And then when you're ready, you can close your eyes. And we'll start with a centering, just to bring ourselves into the present moment and to be more mindful of how we're feeling. So let's just start with some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, sigh, release, let go. Another few of those breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep that breath going. One more. Notice how good that feels to breathe. And then let's return to our natural breath. So just notice your breath flowing through your nose. Just aware of the in and out breath and any pauses in between. And then take your focus to the tip of your nose and observe the sensation of the breath in the tip of the nose, in the nostrils. As you next breathe in, notice the breath flow into the chest. And notice with each and every breath the rise and fall of the chest. And then if you can, bring the breath from the nose into the belly, filling the belly with each and every breath. And noticing again it rise and fall. And then take your focus to your body. Just notice how that feels today. And just take a moment to scan your body from your toes to your head. Just noticing all of the parts of the body that feel good and comfortable. And then noticing the parts that don't feel as good. But if you can, as you breathe out, just allow the whole body to feel good, to soften. Bring to every part of the body the sensations of comfort and relaxation. As you remain aware of your physical body, let's start to move it. So you can start to move the feet, the fingers and hands. maybe some turns of the head, left and right. And a nice big stretch, reaching your arms up and over the head. And if you have your legs bent, stretching them down, giving a point of the toes, so just elongating, lengthening your body as much as you can. And then you can bring your arms down beside you, bend your knees, and take a double leg lock. Bring both knees in towards you if that's comfortable. And use your out breath to squeeze the knees closer in towards you, and your in breath to release the legs away. So exhale to bring the legs in. Inhale, release them away. So introducing a little stretch to the back body, to the glutes and hamstrings. And squeeze in to the belly to speed up that sluggish digestive system. And then let's put both feet on the ground and then just lift your right foot off the floor and interlace your fingers around the front of your right shin and squeeze that right knee in towards you. Give that a bit more of a stretch. And then you can work towards straightening your left leg. So you can keep it bent if it doesn't straighten, but if it does, let's activate the left leg, pushing the heel away and drawing the toes towards you, and almost feel as though that left leg is being pulled away from you. And then use your out breath to squeeze that right knee in a little bit closer to you. Notice how that feels in the belly. If you can't feel the leg connecting with the belly, then ease the knees in closer towards the centre line of the body, and maybe that will give you a bit of a massage into the abdomen. And then let's start to work the hips. So ease the knee to the right and then over to the centre, just easing it left and right. Mindful of how that feels for you today. Every day will be different. And then when the knee falls into the right hand, you can start to make some nice circles with that knee. They can be tiny circles, or you can work towards making the circles bigger each time. A nice spiralling of that right knee in a circle if you can. Try and make it a smooth circle. But if there is any squelching or restriction, just honour that. That's where you are today. And then we'll circle that knee in the other direction. So be aware of this rotation. How does that make the hip feel, or the legs, the belly and the lower back? Hopefully that's feeling a little bit warmer, a little bit freer. And then let's stop and change sides. So hug the left knee in and interlace your fingers around the front left shin and work towards straightening the right leg. Don't worry if it doesn't go, you can keep the right leg bent. If it is straight though, heel away, toes towards you, and squeeze your left knee in towards the belly. Massaging into the descending colon here, and maybe drawing the knee a little bit over towards the centre line of the body, so where the spine travels down. Put the knee in there and then hug it in towards you. And then let's gently start to sway this left knee left and right. Noticing how that feels this side. And then when the knee falls into your left hand, just circling the knee. Again, those can be tiny circles or nice big ones. The birds are happy today, singing outside. It's a lovely day. And then let's circle that knee the other way. How does that feel this morning? Well done. And then come to a nice still position and then bring both knees in towards you. And give yourself a nice tight hug, squeezing both knees in, and just make sure your feet are side by side, and that will make sure the body is symmetrical and that the hips don't get misaligned. If you'd like a tighter hug, you can lift your nose towards your knees, but please leave your head and shoulders on the floor if that doesn't work for you. And then let's lower the head and shoulders and bring the feet to the ground. Well done. So let's work the core now. So we're going to bring our hands behind the head, just lightly resting, and the elbows are nice and open. If you need to support your neck, use the top of your mat and use that as a hammock as we move in and out of these little lifts. And we're pushing the back down into the ground as we lift, and we're going to lower back down to the ground. So we usually inhale to lift up and exhale to lower down, but if it works better for you to breathe the other way, then as long as you're breathing, that's fine. Keeping a nice length to the neck, so try not to bring the chin in. You don't need to be too high. It's just a push in of the back, so squeezing out any spaces between the floor and the ground and lowering yourself back. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And the more you push your back into the ground, the higher you'll be able to get, and working really deeply into the upper abdominal area. The neck working hard as well, so if that gets too much, just stop. Let's just take 2 more if you're still going with me. And then once you've got your head back on the ground, arms long beside you, just give your head a rock, a turn from left to right, just ease out the neck and shoulders. Well done. Okay, so still working the core, so that's the back and the abs. Lift your feet now from the ground. Arms long beside you. And we're going to exhale, draw the knees in. Inhale, release them away. So you don't need to kick really high. It's just a gentle rocking in and out. Exhale in. Inhale, knees away. So this again is a nice little massage to the base of the spine. Don't bring your feet too far forwards if you feel the base of your spine lifting up. We're just gently easing the knees in. And you'll notice that there'll be some strength needed in the quads and the abs to bring the knees in. Well done. Let's take 4 more of those. Nice safe way to tone and to strengthen the back and the abdominal muscles. Well done. Let's take a twist now. So our first twist of the day will be a nice gentle one with the feet nice and wide as your mat. So make sure your spine is in the centre of the mat so that the hips are aligned. The same stretch will be on each side, and the arms can be long beside you, or if you'd like a bit more stretch in the shoulders and the chest, bring the arms up to a T shape, the hands as high as your shoulders, and then melt the arms down into the ground and the shoulders too. And then as you exhale, ease your knees towards the floor on the right side, maybe halfway down for the first twist. Come back to the centre, and then knees towards the left, and back to the centre. And if you want to add to your head movement, you turn to look to the left when the knees are to the right, and the head's to the right when the knees are to the left. So a breath in to come to the middle, a breath out to twist to the side. Breathing in, centre, breathing out to twist. Let's notice how this twist makes your spine feel. It's a nice massage to the sacrum, that triangular bone at the base of your spine. You might be feeling a nice massage in the glutes and the outer muscles of the hips, the piriformis. And you might be feeling a bit of a massage across the abdomen, abdominal wall, a twist to the waist. Just be mindful of how all of that feels to you today. Lovely. And then the last side will be your left side, and then you can come back to the centre. And then you can give yourself another nice tight hug, double leg lock, Apanasana, and maybe a really tight hug with your nose towards your knees. Well done. Ease yourself down, And let's take Eye of the Nidra to really open into the hips. So you're going to keep the left foot on the floor, lift the right foot off the ground, open the right knee and hip, and bring the left ankle on top of the right thigh, and then just gently slide it left a bit so the ankle's off that thigh. And then we're going to either lift the head and shoulders to bring the hands through to bring the leg towards you, or you can keep the head and shoulders down and lift the foot off the ground and bring your right hand through the space between your legs and take the left hand outside your left leg and interlace the fingers underneath your knee, and then pop your head back down on the ground if you can. And then we're going to pull against that leg, that thigh, drawn towards you. Now if you can't get the hands there, then you've got your belt. You can unravel it and just take the belt around the leg, and you can pull the leg closer by using the belt. Just make sure the head and shoulders are on the floor, and if not, use your belt. You can pull that left leg closer to stretch even more into this right outer hip. Lovely. And if your hand is through and you want to go deeper, you can always bring the fingertips in front of your left thigh and your left shin rather, and then bend the elbows and pull the leg closer. Well done. Just using the out breath to pull a little bit closer still. And then you can gently unravel. And if you need to stretch out that right leg or bend it in, just do what your body needs to release before we take the other side. And then we bend the right leg and we cross the left ankle over that right thigh. You can slide the ankle slightly right of the thigh, outwardly rotating the left hip, lifting the right foot and taking the left hand through the space between your leg and interlacing your fingers behind that right knee. So bend the elbows, draw that leg a little bit closer. Remember, you can take it deeper with the fingers around the front of the leg, or you can take your belt between the legs and out to the other side and pull the thigh using the belt that way. So wherever you are, just using your out breath, your exhale to stretch a little bit deeper. Feeling that beautiful stretch in the left hip, in the hamstrings, in the back. Well done. Gently unravel. So if you do have a belt, we're going to take a hamstring stretch now. So we're going to bend the right leg and reach that right leg up into the air, wrapping the belt around the sole of the foot and the back of the hands. And do watch the belt. I've got quite a heavy metal buckle there, so make sure you don't get hit in the face. And we are working towards straightening this right leg, and if you can, get it nice and straight, pointing up towards the sky rather than a 45-degree angle. Okay. So we work to bring the leg up, but we need the belt taken as high as we can towards the foot, which will take pressure off the shoulders and the arms as we stretch it closer. And then you can work towards straightening the left leg. But if the right leg is dropping, just keep that left leg bent. Inwardly rotate the right leg, push the heel away, and as you bend your elbows, you can draw the right leg a bit closer and towards you. Okay. Now, if your legs are straight and you're not feeling this in the hamstrings, then I recommend you bend the left leg, and then you can draw that right leg closer and really feel the stretch in the upper back leg. If you want to also get a stretch in the back of the knee and the calf, then straighten the leg and push the heel away and draw the toes towards you, flexing that foot. And every out breath, draw that right leg in a little bit closer towards you, and every in breath you can release it away just a little bit. Try not to bounce it, it's a gentle pull as you meet your resistance, and then release away. So just a few more breaths here. Well done. And then just gently bend that leg. And again, you might just want to give that a little bit of a hug in towards you. And then maybe a straightening of the leg and a wave of the foot. Just release. And then we'll take the other side. So we're going to float the left leg up into the air. You can have your right leg bent initially. And take the left leg nice and high, straightening it where possible. And working towards straightening this right leg. But if the foot of that left leg is low and you can't get that hamstring to stretch, bend the leg. And then take the belt as high up as you can so that your shoulders are releasing and relaxed. And now bend that left and right arm at the elbow and pull that left leg towards you. Remember, inward rotation of this left leg, knee and toes to get an even stretch down the back of that left leg. Maybe try tucking your tummy in, you might get the leg even closer towards you. Feel that back left body stretching out. And use your out breath to pull the leg a little bit closer. And the inhale, you can ease it away a little bit. So no strain, just inviting a gentle opening out of the back of your left body. If it helps, you can slide the breath away through your mouth. Well done, and let's gently release that side. And you can just pop your belt aside now, we won't be using that. Okay, so again, double leg lock. And let's just take now a slightly deeper twist. So this time your twist will have the feet nice and close touching, but a little bit away from the bottom. So maybe 1 foot distance from your bottom to the start of your heels. And bring the knees together and your feet together and squeeze the sides together if you can as well. And take your arms out to the side, palms up. Only as high as feels comfortable for your neck and shoulders. And then we're going to ease the knees towards the floor on the right side. So you may have the feet side by side. You may want to stack 1 foot on top of the other, whatever works for you. But make sure your shoulders are on the ground. So I'd rather the shoulders be on the ground than the knees. But if you wanted to, you could ease the knees down and then work towards getting that left shoulder back down on the ground. And if you turn and face your left hand, the shoulder might just naturally ease back. And then if you feel that you're gripping anything, just release it. And again, invite that soft opening into the body as you twist. And notice what is twisting here. Maybe the waist, maybe a little bit higher into the ribs, the belly stretching, the spine rotating, the head turning as well. So enjoy that twist of the neck. Just a few more breaths here. And then we'll bring the knees up one at a time and head back to centre. And then just gently windscreen wipe your knees left and right just to ease out that stretch. And then we'll take it the other side. So feet about 1 foot distance from your bottom. Feet and knees together, arms along beside you. And gently start to ease the knees towards the floor on your left side. And if you'd like to stack the feet one on top of the other, you can, or you can keep the feet side by side, whatever suits you. And if you'd rather have the knees on the ground, you could squeeze them down, but work towards getting this right shoulder back to the earth. I'd rather the shoulder be down than the knees. So make any adjustments so that you can be comfortable. And just release and surrender here. Just noticing how that twist makes your body feel today. Just draw a nice full breath into the chest space. Beautifully open and elongated. Allow the body to surrender to gravity, to the earth beneath you. Well done. And gently ease out of that twist. And again, once you're in the centre, maybe just gently rocking from side to side, just easing out. And then let's take a double leg lock again in Apanasana. And in Apanasana, with your arms nice and straight, you could also rock, massaging into the base of your spine that you've just been working. Well done. Okay, let's stretch the body a little bit more, but also we are working to tone the legs and to strengthen the back and the abdomen with our single leg raises. So we're going to start first with the right leg lengthening. And again, if you need to keep the base of your spine on the floor, we bend the left leg that's not lifting. So feel free to bend the left leg or keep it straight. I'm going to bend mine today to make sure the base of my spine is down. Okay, so we're going to raise the right leg up into the air. Inhale here and then exhale, pause. Then raise the leg to about 60 degrees and exhale. And then to 80 degrees, inhale and exhale down to your hover position just above the ground. So inhale to 30 degrees, exhale, inhale to 60 degrees, exhale, up to 80 degrees, exhale that right leg all the way down. Just make sure that right leg is stretching away from you, an inward rotation of the hip, knee, foot. Breath in to 30. Again to 60, up to 80, exhale all the way down. Let's take one more on this side. And let that right leg hover just for a few more breaths. And then drawing that right knee in towards you, give yourself a nice big hug. And if your neck and shoulder allows, bring your nose towards your knee. Squeeze into the belly there, and a nice easing out of that right hip flexor. Well done. Let's change sides. Put the right foot on the ground and stretch your left foot away, or you can work with straight legs. It's up to you. I'm going to take that right leg and bend it. Nice flat foot on the right foot. Arms on beside you, palms down. Let's lengthen and lift the left leg. Inward rotation of the leg. Let that leg hover for a moment. And then a breath in, lift it to 30 degrees. Exhale, inhale to 60. Exhale, and to 80 degrees. And exhale that leg down. Now keep that leg pulling away from you, nice and straight. 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 80 degrees. Now when you push the base of your spine down as you do this, let the leg hover as it comes down. Up to 30 degrees, 60 degrees. And 80, well done, all the way down. Last one on this left side, 30 degrees, 60 degrees from the ground, and 80 degrees from the ground. Let that left leg hover, let the leg be long, and then bend the left knee in towards you, well done. Give yourself a nice big hug. And then we're going to take our open and close shell. So this time bring your feet really close in towards the body, but the feet hip distance apart, and the knees can be a little bit apart as well. And you're going to bring your arms up and out to the sides. And then you're slowly lowering your knees towards the ground on the right side and look over your left shoulder. So again, the knees might not be on the floor, that's fine. Just notice how that feels. And then we're going to lift the left hand and bring ourselves onto the side of the right hip and the side of the head. And if you want to move your top knee to get it on top of the right knee, you can do so. And then we're going to stroke across the right arm with the left hand over the chest and aim to open out, bringing the shoulder back to the ground if possible. If your knees lift off, that's fine. Close your shell. Coming onto your right side and open your shell, stroke along the chest and the arm, open out. Exhale to close your shell, inhale to open, and a couple more of those. Really nice way to massage it into the back and to feel nice and open. So hopefully when you Leave the class today, you'll feel nice and tall, stretched out and expanded. So open up now and just melt into that open stretch and twist. That's just how that makes you feel. If you're gripping onto anything, let it go and release it. And then bring your head back to the center and the knees up one at a time. And just in the center, just readjust, make sure the spine feels straight. Maybe some windscreen wipers off the knees, just make sure you're feeling nice and eased out in the back. And then line yourself up again into the center of the mat. Heels nice and close in, knees a bit apart until you get them to the floor. And then the knees are going to travel towards the ground on the left side. Arms long, inhale. And then follow your right hand and close your shell, bringing the right palm on top of the left. So push into that back foot to twist you onto your left side. And then you can ease the top knee on top of the left knee and feet touching as well. And then we're going to stroke and open out to our lovely open shell position, extending the arm out, aiming that shoulder down to the ground, but closing the shell again. Exhale, close. Inhale, expand and open. Exhale, close your shell. Take a couple more of these. Nice big breath in, lengthen, expand, exhale, closing your shell. And one more. And holding here in that lovely expanded position. So nice big breaths in, stretch and lengthen, but exhale, soften where you are. Let go of anything you're holding on to. Notice how the stretch and twist makes you feel. Well done. Gently release that. And give yourself a little bit of a hug in the center with a double leg lock. And a nice big tight hug. Nose to knees. Well done. Okay, so we're just going to gently ease up to our hands and knees. So just roll over onto your side and push into your top hand to ease yourself carefully up. Well done. And then we're going to come to all fours position. So if you need to pad out your knees, you can do. Or you could even bend your mat a little bit and give yourself an extra bit of padding, but make sure the hands are on your mat, so whatever feels comfortable. So just adjusting wherever you need that. Okay, we're going to take some cat and cow poses. So just bring your hands just ahead of the shoulders and your hands are shoulder width apart. The knees are hip distance apart, as are your feet. We're going to take some cat and cow poses. So lift your tailbone a little and start to look up. Feel nice and open across the front body and give your tummy a bit of a squeeze in to stretch the front body. And then drop your tailbone, round your back and squeeze your chin towards your chest, rounding into the upper back now. So tailbone lifting first, stack your vertebrae and then lift the head, breathing in. Exhale, rounding like a cat, chin to chest. So this is wonderful for making sure your back remains flexible. You can release some trapped energy. Lovely massage there to the back. Well done. Okay, now that is quite tough on the wrist, so let's ease ourselves now up to standing. Just take your strongest leg and ease yourself up. And then just take your feet hip distance apart and bend your knees and slide your hands down the knees. And we can take this cat and cow standing as well. So if your wrists aren't enjoying the hands and knees version, you can do the standing version. So let's round our back, chin to chest. You can keep the knees nice and bent. And then we lift our bottom in the air and lift the head, creating a nice little back bend there. And we round the back, chin to chest. And then we can Feel a stretch in the front body as we lift the bottom and the head. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, bottom in the air, looking up, tilting the pelvis back, tummy tucking in, rounding the spine. And again, taking that back bend. And then we're going to straighten the spine, bring the hands to the waist, bend the knees, and take a nice half forward fold, drawing in the tummy to support the back and feel that lovely pressure in both legs. And then we're going to take a forward fold, so reaching down. If the hands don't meet the floor, just take your hands to your shins, but let the head drop nice and heavy for a couple more breaths. And then a big breath in, we're going to roll ourselves up. So the head comes up last. And once you're up, roll your shoulders back and shake out your legs. Well done. We're going to take a Hatha Yoga triangle now. So bring your feet hip distance apart, big toes facing forwards. And make sure when you lean to the side that the body is nice and straight and elongated. I'm going to take the left arm to the sky. You can mirror me and take the right arm, but the lower arm is going to stroke down the leg and then start to lean to the side. So a lovely lateral side stretch. And then I'm going to stack the left hand above the left shoulder. Just take a few more breaths here. And in comfort in this side stretch. And your next breath in will stretch you tall. And exhale your arm down beside you. And then you can stretch your right arm up to the sky, or the left one if you're mirroring me. And just lean to the side, stretching out the top body, using your hand to support your back if you need to. And then stacking your hand above your shoulder as the sunshine comes in. Chest and hips still side on. Well done. And a big breath in, come and stretch nice and tall. And reach both arms up to the sky. Be as tall as you can be. Exhale your arms down beside you. And let's take another forward fold. So forward folds are really good for realigning the spine after you twist it or after you take side bends. So again, the hands coming to the waist, draw the tummy in, take a half forward fold. And let's bend the knees and bring the hands towards the floor or the hands on your shins. And drop your head. And let's give the head a nod and a shake. Notice how that feels in the back as you create space between the vertebrae in this forward fold. And then let's roll ourselves up, head coming up last. And bend your knees. So we're going to start to twist now. So you're going to lower both arms beside you. And we're going to twist and then raise the arms up to about shoulder height. And look over your right shoulder. And it's okay for the knees to be bent and the hips to turn as well. So just turn as deeply as you can. And then exhale the arms down and we'll twist the other way. So arms up to about shoulder height and twist and look over your left shoulder. Arms down. Twist the other way. So if that's not working for your shoulders, just bring the hands to the waist. And you can release them down and turn on the other side. So whatever works for you. The main thing is that we are rotating the spine. Exhale, twist. Lower the arms and twist the other way. Exhale. Inhale. And then you might want to go a bit more fluidly. Creating a bit of flow, nice soft shoulders, just twisting the spine. Just notice how that feels. Your arms should be a little bit achy, the shoulders a little bit achy too, as long as they're not straining or uncomfortable. Just notice lovely twist and movement in the spine. Well done. Let's take one more each side. And then again, let's take the hands to the hips. Make sure you're not too dizzy. Take a couple of breaths here. And again, let's take a forward fold just to counterbalance the twist with a forward fold, and you can come down and hands on the shins or melt your hands to the ground and give yourself a nod and a shake. And then to stretch out the hamstrings, but keeping the legs bent or a slight bend to them. We do try to straighten the legs a little bit, but keep the legs bent so that you're just tilting the pelvis back and feeling a stretch in the upper back legs. So just increasing the flexibility of the legs here. And then bend the knees again, hands to the hips, pushing deeply into the feet, lift the heart, lift the head. And give your legs a shake out. Well done. So some tough work on those legs today. And we're just going to take a horse squat now. So bring your feet just slightly wider, down your hips and turn your toes out. Keep the pelvis tucked under and the spine nice and straight. And then slide down the legs as you bend your knees. So the body's nice and symmetrical. And you can stay nice and high here with a lovely big push into your big toes and the hands into prayer position. So just stay there if that's enough for you. Or if you'd like to, you can come down into a kind of chair position and bring your elbows to your thighs. You can just take it slightly lower if that suits you, but do stay high if that was enough for you. And we'll just take 4 more breaths here. Well done. Push into the feet wherever you are, straight enough. And again, let's give the legs a bit of a shake. And we'll take a balance now in tree pose. Just ground and place that right foot nice and flat into the floor. And tap your left toes beside the foot and squeeze your heel in above the right ankle. And you can bring your hands to prayer position here. So the weight predominantly into the right leg. And if you feel nice and balanced today, you can start to raise and slide the left foot onto that right supporting leg. Just choose a point ahead of you that doesn't move. And feel the tree growing. So feel as though you're lifting out of your ankle, knee, hips, tummy tucking in, heart lifted. And if you feel really balanced, you can raise your arms above your head and stretch your arms that are your branches to the sky. Notice how that feels. You might notice the foot moving as you find your centre of gravity. And then just push that left knee back as you're opening into the hips here. Super. Bring your hands back to prayer position and release that balance on that side. And then let's take the other foot. So the left foot is nice and grounded. Toes into the floor and heels squeezing into just above the ankle. Bring your hands to prayer position. Do stay there if that's enough for you today. If you are working towards your tree, you slide your right foot up and push into the leg with the foot, but resist that push with the leg, squeezing back. And then the right knee opens out and we lift the body a little bit taller. And then you can reach your arms up to the sky if that feels good today. Feel as though you're lifting out of the hips, the knees, the ankles. Well done. Hands come into prayer position and release and shake it out. Well done. Let's take our legs slightly wider than the hips, toes turning in, and a bend of the knees, and we stroke down the legs. And we're going to take another forward fold to lengthen out the back body. So let's just fold forwards again and just melt the shoulders away from the spine. Give the head a nod and a shake. And make sure the weight's also in the toes, the heels, and the inner and outer edges of your feet. And then we're going to sway from one foot to the other. With a slight bend of the knees, massaging into the back body, the hamstrings, the shoulders. Fabulous. So bend the knees, hands to the waist, lift your heart, push strongly into the feet and come and stand. Well done. Let's shake out the legs. We're going to make our way back to the floor now. So you can step back, tuck your toes under and come to the knee, ground the hands, and then if you lean into one hip, you can come and sit back down on the ground. Well done. So to get ourselves back to a lying down position, we're going to use our core to ease us back. So take your boat variation, feet on the ground, hands in front of the knees, lift your heart and reach your arms forwards. Nice soft shoulders, soft faces. And then tuck your chin in and roll yourself down to a point you can hold. And we're just going to pause here and breathe. If you want to make this a little bit more difficult, just start to open your hands wider. Keep the hands higher than your shoulders. Well done. Bring your hands back in front of you, chin tucking in. Ease yourself down one vertebra at a time back to the ground, but know that you can use your hands and elbows to get yourself down. And once you're down, give yourself another hug, bring the knees in. And we'll take some Apanasana circles. So if you bring your hands on top of your knees, push your knees away, the knees can open as can the feet, and then you start to circle. Ease out the hips and the base of the spine that you've been working today. Well done. Just a few more circles that way. And then let's circle the other way. Well done. We're going to move into our relaxation now. So do grab some clothing, some covers, get nice and comfortable. You can lay down in Shavasana with your legs straight, your arms beside you. You can lay with your hands on your tummy, or you can bend your legs and ease the knees in. And feel free to use a bolster or a rolled up towel or blanket underneath your knees. Just get comfortable and please get nice and warm as I take you into our relaxation. I'll sit for this one. If you would like to sit, you can join me. You can lean against a wall, but you might like to have a Shavasana so that the body can really rest and relax. Okay. So when you're ready, lay yourself back or sit with me. Wherever you are though, take a lovely straight spine. Make any final adjustments now so that you can be perfectly still for the next few minutes. And give yourself permission to relax. Closing your eyes when you're ready. And starting with some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel yourself letting go. A couple more of those releasing breaths. And then allow your breath to fall away and your body to just be. And just experience the sensation of your whole body lying still on the ground. And allow the body to release and let go, to melt and dissolve. Sense the delicate touch of your lips. under your eyelids. And behind your closed eyelids, start to imagine sunshine and warmth. It's a beautiful warm day. So imagine that you're walking through the woods. Imagine the sunshine flowing through the branches above. Dapple sunlight flowing through the trees above you. The leaves are growing and the woods are alive with energy. Feel the life force and the energy that surrounds you. And imagine the feel of the earth underneath your feet as you walk. Experience the gentle breeze on your face and skin. And you continue to walk through the woods. Hear your footsteps as you walk. Just ahead of you, you notice bluebells, a field of blue. You notice each bluebell with its own intricate shape. And as you head through the path with bluebells either side of you, notice how they smell, their fragrance. Breathe in the warm, perfume scent of the bluebells. Notice now how comfortable you feel as you lie back here. As though your head is resting on the pale blue petals. Allow your body now to soften, to relax. Allow yourself to surrender and to let go. And feel safe and secure now as you rest. You are completely safe. So without disturbing yourself too much, bring your focus to your body once more, into the space that you're lying in. Notice your breath. You may like to lengthen and deepen it, and then sigh away anything you no longer need. And then let's move the body. Toes, feet, ankles, fingertips, hands and wrists. Turning the head gently from side to side. Maybe taking a stretch or a hug of the knees, whatever your body needs. And then when you feel ready, bend your knees and ease over onto your side. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. And there's no rush. But when you're ready, coming up to a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor, you can kneel, or you can sit on a chair, or wherever feels comfortable. And then before we finish today, we're going to take 3 lovely full breaths. So sit with a nice straight spine. Take a big breath in, reach to the sky, exhale, palms down the center line of the body. And 2 more. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care, have a lovely day, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you. And I'm back tomorrow morning at 9:30, and Laurence is here tonight at 8. Thanks so much for joining me. Hi Sandra and anyone else that's there. Take care. See you soon. Bye.